Welcome back, boys and girls. Now we have another special guest, an Envoy employee, Dave Pallies. Welcome to the neighborhood, Dave.
Thank you, Mr. Mortgage. Good to be here.
It's wonderful, isn't it? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It certainly is. It's always a beautiful day in the neighborhood here.
Now, David happens to be one of the people that I've worked with for 11 years now, about?
I think a
12
little
years,
longer than that. Maybe
2010.
11 or 12, somewhere
Yeah.
in there, yeah.
So tell everyone in the neighborhood how different your job is now than it was 11 years ago when you first started.
Well, back then it was one thing, we did almost exclusively refinances, I remember back then, and now it's almost all purchases, which is a lot of fun. The technology is a lot different now. It seems like there's so many more rules and regulations. They seem to grow every year. So you really need a good company backing you up because it's really hard to keep up with all the regulations and the technology that's involved in it. But we have a lot of the technology helps things go smoother too.
Sure.
Things are really great.
Sure, it's kind of one of those double-edged swords. Sometimes it's a pain and we can't live without it. Kind of.
Technology's great when it works, but when it doesn't work, you're in bad shape. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
And then we also, switching from the refinances to the purchase market, you have that other added pressure of you have customers that are buying houses, but really your realtor partners are also your customers, you know, where you have to kind of keep them happy and keep them informed, and it adds an extra layer of customer service too.
Yeah, you know, when you're doing a purchase, you have two customers.
Mhm.
You've got the buyer, and you've got the realtor. So you got to keep them both happy.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think your favorite part of it is? Is it the closing? Is it the getting to know people and doing the origination? What's your favorite part of the job?
Well, I mean, closing is where all the glory comes in, and that's the fun part. But I mean, my favorite part of it is in this business, you really do get to make people's dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, working with people and helping them get their dream home and just getting them into a home. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and even people when you're buying their second or third home, you're still helping them make their dreams come true, and that's really the best part of it.
And we've worked for a couple different, we'll minimize it, a couple different mortgage companies over
Yeah,
the years.
just a couple.
What do you like about Envoy, the company that we're at now? What do you like most about them, and what separates them from some of the previous ex-girlfriends that we've had that we worked with?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a few things. First of all, when you're the loan officer, you're on the front line, and if anything goes wrong, no matter where it is, you're the guy that's going to get the heat for it. And the company itself, Envoy, that backs us, loan officers out there, does a fantastic job. So they very rarely drop the ball. Now, things still happen, but when something happens and it's the company's fault, you take the heat for it. And we don't really get a lot of that because they're really a great team, the company backing us. And the other thing is the office atmosphere that we have here. It's like a family here. Everyone works together, helping each other get things through, and it's a really fantastic atmosphere we have here. And the charity work that we do too is great. The second Saturday charity work,
Sure.
we're volunteering, getting out there. So that's really those are the things that separate us from the other places where I've worked.
And you brought up Second Saturday. If the people in the neighborhood don't really know what that is, tell them a little bit about Second Saturday, and you were a big part of a couple of them that we've had so far. What was your favorite one that we've done?
Yeah, Second Saturday is a charity thing that we do here where we volunteer. The people in the office all volunteer. We find charitable causes that we can donate our time to. We go out the second Saturday every month and try and help people. And I think one of the really cool ones we did, there was a local veteran who was disabled, and he had some real problems at his house. Mm-hmm. And we went out and helped did some work on the outside of his house, get his yard straightened out and some other things, and really helped him out. He really needed the help, but it's rewarding whenever you can do it. This one in particular was a veteran. I always like helping veterans because they've sacrificed so much for us.
Sure. Yeah, I love it. You know, like you said, helping Joe out at his house, going to the last stop in Kensington and handing out sandwiches.
That was awesome,
To the
yeah.
homes, this was awesome. And it gets us a chance to work with, like, your daughter came out and helped for the one, and we had a couple realtor partners come out to the Habitat for Humanity. So it really gets us a chance to all come together, whether it's just employees or other partners, and actually not just work together, because we work together every day, but it's a different atmosphere when you're doing something like that. You're volunteering your time. And you're made closer.
And it's nice to meet people's families. I
Yeah.
remember we were in here during that last stop weekend when we went out there and served lunch, and I think we had 20 people in here making
Yeah.
sandwiches and bagging up lunches and stuff. And,
Kids and the adults.
kids all chipping in, and it was great. And we went over there and handed them out. That was really nice. So it's that gives the office more of that family feel that I talked about, where you actually get to meet people's families, and you get to meet their kids and stuff, and their spouses, and it's a great feeling.
Nice. Okay, personal question. It's a Saturday afternoon, beautiful day out. You have nothing to do. What's Dave Pallies doing on a beautiful day, Saturday afternoon in spring?
Well, I like to get outdoors. One of my favorite things to do is fish, so I'll probably be out there fishing on a
Nice.
beautiful spring afternoon.
Nice, like it. What's your favorite? You do a lot of different kinds of fishing.
I do.
So what's your favorite? I know the answer already, but tell everyone in the neighborhood your favorite kind of type of fishing.
I've done a lot of fishing in my day, and I found that fly fishing for trout is my favorite thing to do. I love to fly fishing for trout, so that's the one thing that I like more than anything. But I do like all different kinds of fishing.
Sure, nice. All right, last question. You hit the lottery, you won $1 million. What's the first thing Dave Pallies is buying?
Wow, that's a good question. I think probably the first thing I would buy would be a vacation. So
Yeah.
I love to travel.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about something that's not a tangible object, I think the first thing I would do would be to just take a long trip to several countries.
Several countries.
Around the world, hit a lot of stops, so just
At least 30 days.
yeah.
At least 30
Why not?
Right, right.
Got nowhere else to be
Gotta
after
go.
that.
Nice.
As much as I love Envoy, I might have to take a
We would
couple
understand.
weeks off. You would.
We're nice here in the neighborhood. We definitely understand that. Awesome, Dave. Thank you very much for coming to the neighborhood.
Thank you, Mr. Mortgage.
We'll be back with the next guest right after this.